Learn English through stories. Eternal Echoes, Love's Timeless Curse. The Enchanted Locket. 17th century, France. In the year 1625, nestled within the rolling hills and dense forests of the French countryside, lay the quaint village of Vermelles. Cobblestone streets wound through timber-framed houses, and the air was perpetually filled with the scent of blooming lavender and freshly baked bread. The villagers led simple lives, their days marked by the tolling of church bells and the changing of seasons. Isabelle, a young woman of 19, was a beloved resident of Vermelles. With raven-black hair cascading down her back and emerald-green eyes that sparkled with curiosity, she was known for her adventurous spirit and kind heart. Orphaned at a young age, she was raised by her grandmother, Madame Lucille, the village herbalist. Under her grandmother's guidance, Isabelle had become adept in the knowledge of herbs and remedies, often tending to the ailments of the villagers. One crisp autumn morning, as the first rays of sunlight pierced through the morning mist, Isabelle ventured into the nearby forest to gather herbs. The forest, known as Bois de Mystère, was both revered and feared by the villagers. Tales of enchantments and ancient spirits had been passed down through generations, warning of the forest's unpredictable nature. As Isabelle meandered through the dense foliage, her attention was drawn to a glimmer beneath a bed of fallen leaves. Kneeling down, she brushed the leaves aside to reveal an ornate locket, its surface intricately engraved with swirling patterns and a single, mesmerizing sapphire at its center. The locket was surprisingly warm to the touch, and as she held it, a strange sensation washed over her, a mix of déjà vu and an unexplainable connection. Curiosity piqued, Isabelle decided to take the locket home. That evening, by the flickering light of a candle, she attempted to open it, but the clasp refused to budge. Frustrated, she set it aside, resolving to investigate further the next day. The following morning, the village was abuzz with excitement. A traveling artist had arrived, seeking inspiration and offering portraits in exchange for lodging and meals. His name was Laurent, a man in his late 20s with chestnut hair, piercing blue eyes, and an air of mystery that intrigued many. Isabelle, too, was captivated by Laurent. Their paths crossed in the village square, where he was sketching the bustling market scene. He looked up as she approached, their eyes locking in an instant that felt suspended in time. "Bonjour, mademoiselle," Laurent greeted, his voice smooth and melodic. "Would you allow me the honor of sketching you?" A blush crept up Isabelle's cheeks. I suppose," she replied, settling onto a nearby bench. As Laurent's charcoal danced across the parchment, they conversed about art, nature, and their shared love for exploration. Hours passed unnoticed, and by the time the sketch was complete, a bond had formed between them. Over the ensuing weeks, Isabelle and Laurent spent much time together, exploring the village and its surroundings. Their connection deepened, blossoming into a profound love that neither had anticipated. One evening, as they strolled along the edge of Bois de Mystère, Isabelle remembered the locket. She retrieved it from her satchel and showed it to Laurent. "It's beautiful," he remarked, examining the intricate craftsmanship. "May I try to open it?" Isabelle nodded. Laurent fiddled with the clasp, and to their astonishment, it clicked open effortlessly. Inside was a delicate portrait of a couple, their features strikingly similar to Isabelle and Laurent. A chill ran down Isabelle's spine. "This is uncanny," she whispered. "Who are they?" Laurent's expression grew somber. "There are legends of enchanted objects that bind souls across time," he said. "Perhaps this locket is one such artifact." From that moment, strange occurrences began to plague them. Isabelle was haunted by vivid dreams of past lives, each ending in tragedy. Laurent, too, experienced unsettling visions of events he couldn't recall but felt deeply familiar. One night, as a storm raged outside, Isabelle pored over ancient texts in her grandmother's cottage, seeking answers. She discovered a tale of a locket cursed by a sorceress, binding the souls of lovers to an endless cycle of love and loss. Desperation set in. Isabelle and Laurent resolved to break the curse. They ventured into Bois de Mystère, seeking the sorceress's hidden lair. Deep within the forest, they found a decrepit stone altar, overgrown with ivy and moss. Placing the locket upon the altar, they recited an incantation Isabelle had found. The ground trembled, and a spectral figure materialized, a woman with hollow eyes and a sorrowful expression. "You seek to break the curse," the apparition intoned. "Yes," Isabelle replied, her voice trembling. "We wish to be free." The spectre sighed. "The curse was born of betrayal and pain. To break it, one must make the ultimate sacrifice." Before they could react, a blinding light enveloped them. When it faded, Laurent lay lifeless on the ground, the locket shattered beside him. Isabelle's anguished cries echoed through the forest. The curse had been broken, but at a devastating cost. She returned to Vermel, her heart heavy with grief, forever haunted by the love she had lost and the enigmatic locket that had sealed their fate.